everyone, and welcome on back to Building with Whip. Today, we are starting out in the end dimension, because today we're actually going to be doing a little bit of end rating, and I wanted to go ahead and have a little bit of discussion while we're doing it. I've been really hurting for some shulker boxes, because everything we have is currently full, or I want to save it for something specific, so we haven't had a chance to fill them all up yet. I was about to throw an ender pearl right over that and just fall into the void. That wouldn't be a very good run. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about today was going to be a little bit of how to plan a large-scale projects here, and I figured it'd be kind of cool to go ahead and just work through this all with you guys here, and just talk for a little bit, you know, just have a little bit of fun here and just kind of see everything that's be going on. So we got all these end crystals right here, so we can, or not end crystals, but end stones, so we can build our way up to our lovely little thingy right here. I don't think we went through this one quite yet. I'm really happy we killed all the ender dragons and got all these made up. So we can just go ahead and throw ourselves through here. And that looks a little weird. I did go ahead and bring our ender chest that we got a few extra elytras in here. Ready to... Oh gosh, hello. Why are you... Nope, you're going to make this bad. Don't do it, stupid enderman. I didn't even look at you. Why are you being so mean? I'm really bad at combat. I swear this is going to go okay. Anyways, so... on to what we're going to be talking about. Coda's chewing on a bone in the background, so sorry he's going to be a little loud. But we can go ahead and fly up this way. And to get started, let's talk how to plan large cities. We're going to go ahead and turn our render distance up here a good way so we can actually see some things here. Or large projects. You always got to start with, like, what do you want to be building? And I think that's something really important here. Like, people, you don't have to have an end goal right away. You can just play and want to build something and just go for it. But, like, if you have something like a goal, so you want to build a castle, you want to build a town, and that was really fast. Look at that. Or say you want to build, that's been rated. We're going to go over this way. Say you want to build a like big old redstone farm. These things all apply to that. These things all kind of will get you in that general direction of where you want to be going, what you want to be completing, and things like that. How did we get to that end city already? Oh man, this one's going to be taken too, isn't it? I feel like this is, we're going to be 0 for 2 right here, aren't we? Yep, we are. There's no dragon head. I always grab those to tell myself that we've already been there. Let's go farther up this way. But anyways, so we got our plan right there. We wanted to go ahead. Let's say we're going to be talking about building a castle, because we've talked about building terrain quite a lot recently, but castles are another thing that we built up, and I think that'd be a cool way of doing it. Cool way of breaking it up and mixing up something else here. And I feel like I've already killed this one too. But we'll jump down here and see how it's going. I feel like we're actually headed down to the ones that we've already destroyed. I don't know, something tells me that's the case. No. Oh, there's shulker boxes here. Cool. There's shulkers. We're good to go. And let's say, all right. So we're going to see if we can talk and kill these things at the same time. And can we get you? Nope, we cannot. And we're screwed. Okay. This is not going to go very well, I feel like. So we got our goal. We want to build a castle. That's our end goal here. And that's kind of the step 2 of how I typically plan out projects is I want to start with what is my end goal? How can we go ahead and get there is kind of what we want to do. We got our end goal. We're building a cool castle. We're going to build as much cool stuff as we can around the area, and we're going to make it just look super awesome. So we got all that stuff ready to go, and there's a shulker box right there, and I'm going to run into that guy. And what do we want it to look like, though? So our castle that we had, we kind of inspired it off some more realistic looking castles and things like that. We took a lot of inspiration from Pinterest, so we kind of got the big old idea for Castle Bleak Rock. We had that ready to go from the start. We didn't really have to think about anything. Like, you can go ahead and plan as much as you want, but having like a set goal to work off of is actually going to really help you out. We're going to kind of be moving the render distance up and down here, so it's easier to find the fortresses, and then we don't lag when we're inside of them. But yeah, so we got our end goal of we want to build this cool, super awesome castle, and we want to get it done. I don't know. Next step, we got to figure out like how long do we want to spend on this guy? Say we got like a time frame of we got 2 months to build up a castle. We want to have it all done by then because that's what our attention span will allow. And by the end of it, we want to be able to say that we're moving on to a new project. Did he really just? He did disappear. Where'd you go, buddy? But after 2 months, we want to be okay to move on to a new project and not really care about it. We want to be totally fine with that. So we're giving ourselves 2 months to build a castle. And it doesn't matter how much time we spend on it. After 2 months, that's kind of like the cutoff. We got to say after 2 months, we're done. And I think that's a really important thing as far as planning big old projects. Because if you don't have like an end date or you don't have anything really watching yourself from when you get to that end point, you're just going to kind of keep building forever. And that's something that I find myself constantly getting stuck in. is that I just want to keep going and I never really give myself a chance to stop. There he is. There's this stupid shulker box. Can we get him? That's it. We did get a shulker box. Cool. Perfect. But yeah. End goal. We got our end goal right now, building castle. We got our end date. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure we hit all these different points I want to talk about here. We got our end date of 2 months. There we go. Everything here is built up. I think that's kind of important here. Sorry, I was just trying to make sure I had everything here correct. Sorry for the weird little jump right there. But one thing that I really want to say we focus on here is that we focus on the ability of kind of fudging the numbers a little bit. Say we say 2 months right there. If it takes 2.5 months, takes 3 months or whatever, because we're really invested into the project, that's totally fine. And we want to be able to have some space in there for that. And this is all just totally me throwing word vomit at you guys. So this is going to go against the next point that I want to bring up. I wrote them like brief little like, here's this point. It's like 6 steps. But anyways, next point is to create a plan. We always want to go ahead and have like just a general something or another plan that we want to be able to go back to, rely on, and kind of look around at whenever we're thinking about doing something. So is this the same one? Yeah, we literally came from this direction. We came that way. Let's go out here. I swear. They're just going this way. That's both of them. We literally just went the other way. Before we make our plan, we want to go ahead. And so we got our general castle design. We got our 2-month thing here. I'm going to reiterate these a lot as we go through this whole thing. And hey, there's that little one we were just at. I think Coda's whining in the background. He's definitely whining in the background. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what's up with him. He's all hyped up today. But all right, so we got our ideas, we got everything down. We want to go ahead and now in our planning phase, instead of just being like, okay, this is the whole layout of our entire castle, what if you go ahead and just mess with a few ideas? Say you go into your creative mode or your whatever world you test ideas out in, and you build, say, the corner tower, you build the gatehouse, you build just a few pieces here and there to mess around the style and see if it's something that you really want to go with. Because as soon as you get into your survival world and you start building stuff, you kind of lock it all in and you don't really have a lot of room to work with and adjust things. Ooh, we got 2 right here. We are looking good. Let's see if we can land down here, turn our render distance back down to 12, and then we can go, and there's gonna be one guy right here. All right, so we're looking at all the things, we're trying out all our different ideas, and we're trying just to make things work. It really doesn't matter what happens this phase, because this is where we generate all of our ideas. We really want to mess with new things here, and you want to go ahead and just kind of try out different examples. It doesn't matter if it's good, if it's bad, or whatever. You just want to keep messing with things and just kind of have some fun with it so that you don't feel bad if you need to, say, erase something or retry it or do something else moving forwards. You always have the ability right here to just kind of replace those things. And I think it's really important to be able to just kind of stop and be like, you know what? This sucks. Just scrap this whole gatehouse. It really sucks. And if you're doing it in survival, it's a little bit harder to agree with yourself and say that it sucks. You might think it sucks, but you could just be like, you know what? We're just going to work with it. It's okay to break things down. It's okay to destroy things. It's actually probably better in the long run if you give yourself some time to actually just think and kind of keep going with things here instead of just being like, you know what? This is exactly... Oh, the chest got destroyed. Who destroyed my chest? I want my chest loot. Why can I not get to this guy? Bow coming in handy. Oh, he's gone. Okay, now there's an Enderman in here. Let's go up this way and just get out of there. We can keep going up here. That's fine. We'll just float for a second. But yeah, so we got our end goal. We're trying out all these new things. We got our date. We're gonna say, let's dedicate like 2 weeks of it or a week of it or whatever you want to do to just figuring out the style you want to go with. It's a little hard. Ooh, this is gonna be a difficult one. It's a little hard to go ahead and just kind of run everything in and plan everything out as you're going, because if you do that, then you get in there and you're like, well, I came up with this awesome idea, but it's not part of my plan, so I don't want to do it because that's not my plan, and I don't want to break away from my plan, and that's a bad thing as well, because you're kind of... I keep forgetting I have a shield. That's a thing. Shields are definitely a thing. We got to remember that, because that'll block all these, and then we can start falling again and block all the damage. That's a good idea. But cool. So we got all of our cool stuff here ready to go. We're just going to snipe these guys down. We got our plan. We're taking on this end fortress, and that's our whole plan. We got to destroy everything here. We're getting the loot. We're going through it step by step. We're going through each room, and these chests suck. Ooh, that's a good chest. I like that one. Let's see here. We actually probably want to take the chest so we can turn them into shulker boxes. Okay, so as far as the planning goes, you want to go ahead and get like general measurements and things like that. I swear we're almost done with the planning section here. There's a lot of things that can go into it, and you can pretty much just make it as much as planned as you want to or as little as you want to. It really works out whatever way you want to go. Just have fun with it. And I think that's a really important part to stress throughout this whole thing. I'm going to be talking about a lot of core ideals and things like that as we're already 10 minutes into this, but there's a lot of like general things that you want to really just like think about while you're going through, but in the end, just do whatever the heck you want. You don't have to follow this plan. This is just what I think about when I'm trying to go through it and just try and get something cool down, I guess you could say. Let's see, is there any more in here? I feel like there's some more shulkers in here. There totally are. I hear one. I hear you. Where are you? There's an Enderman. Oh, he's outside. He is definitely outside. Let's see here. Where are you? Where are you, bud? There you are. Come on, buddy. Come on. Just die. Just die. Nope, 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 nope. Ah! How'd that hit? How did that hit? Also, you're right there. You're gonna... Can we get this? Oh, we're so good. You're gonna die, dude. You're gonna die. Yes. And we got hit by another, which means we can go back over here. How is he shooting me from all the way over there? Okay, where's he coming from? I don't even know where that last one is. All right, whatever. Back to the topic at hand. Next thing, which I could really use here myself, is we got to talk about how to organize. We got these ideas down. We got the general things we want to do. We got the general ideas for what we want to be building, but we haven't even thought about how to organize the build or how to organize even the tasks to complete the build. And that's probably the more important part. Like once you get to the build, that just kind of flows as you're going through it. You figure it out as you go. You figure out what you like, what you don't like, and whatever. That all works out. But as far as how to organize to get to the building point, we got to talk about 4 different phases here that I kind of came up with right now. We got pre-building, which I think is gathering and things like that, making sure you get all the resources there. We got building itself, which is where we kind of build everything and make everything work together. And that one I think is probably the second most important, and the one that I think is the most important would probably have to be the post-building phase, because that one is where we say yay or nay to ideas. We start to destroy things. We start to take away kind of as we're building. Why won't this guy leave his shell? Okay, there we go. But the post-building is when you're really trying to like look at everything and really just kind of see where it's going to end up. You take a lot of different ideas here, and while you're building, you just kind of just go. Don't worry about editing things. Don't worry about doing all that extra stuff. Just kind of go. But anyways, and then the last phase is kind of blending everything in, because we have this great structure that we've built now, but how the heck do we make it work with the terrain around us? That is where I think kind of another important one comes in. Anyways, though, we're going to go back to the first step here. We're going to be talking about going through the pre-building phase. So this is where we gather everything up. This one is pretty important because as long as everything here is gathered up, we really want to be able to have all of our materials on hand while we're building. Because say you're building this like cool tower and you got all this inspiration juices flowing, you're ready to go. You want to build everything you could ever build in your entire life. You're ready to go, but you ran out of spruce wood and you can't finish it. How much does that kill your inspiration? Right there, it's so hard to continue. It's so hard to get going up again, and it's so hard just to kind of pick up again after you have to run out, chop down a few more trees, whatever it is, then you got to come back. And I find that to be a massive pain in the butt. So I think it's really important to your first time you're kind of going through all this stuff is to really just kind of echo that if you think you need 8 stacks, go gather 12 stacks. Just do a little bit more. It'll pay off in the long run, and plus it'll stay around for extra projects later on. And that's all pretty important because, you know, the life of a builder, you keep moving around. Minecraft is about building things after all. It might be mining and crafting. It should be something like Buildcraft. I don't know. Isn't that a game mode somewhere? Anyways, there's a lot of things that go on with that step. And just gathering more than you think you'll ever need is a really, really good way to go. But also don't kill yourself to be like, oh my God, I think I'm going to need 2 shulker boxes of stone. I should go get 10. Because that kills the inspiration too. So it's kind of playing a fine line between all these 4 steps, how you dedicate all your time to it. And I think the first step probably should take about 40% of your time. And then as far as like the next steps, you should probably be looking at like the building step should probably be like another 30% of your time. And then, so we're at 70 right there. And then after that, we probably want to go ahead and leave like, I don't know, for the post building phase, we probably want to go ahead and have something like, oh, gosh, dang it. Okay, get me over here. We need to just stand in the corner for a second. But post-building phase, you probably want to take like another 20%, and then the 10% should be like blending it all into your terrain. That can be really time-consuming if you want to say like get a bunch of extra like trees and castle, or not. If you want to put in a bunch of castles with your castle, you got to spend a little bit more time there. Ooh, there's a saddle in there. That's nice. Come on, buddy. Sorry, I'm all over the place here, guys. I thought that would be easier to talk and do things. Ah, no. Get me down here. Get me down there. Get me down there. That's a block. That's not an ender pearl. Okay, there we go. Hello, dude. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're so dead. Let's see here. Where were we? Ooh! Cool. Got all of our stuff. That's good. So we talked about like the building phase and everything like that, and that's really where you kind of want to stress doing all your cool fun stuff. Ooh, we got some cool diamond gear in here. I like it. That's a efficiency 3, unbreaking 3. That's a good one to enchant up. So we don't talk about the building phase forever. Let's say our castle's basically built. Now we're in the post-building phase, and that's when we want to come back in and make some edits. Say we're bored with this flat roof right here and we want to turn it into a point. That's when you can come in and edit it. Just do little details here and there. Really make the terrain work as much as you can for what your end goal is here, and just kind of have fun. Go ahead and just don't be afraid to take things apart. Don't be afraid to change the style around and try and bring everything to fit in together. And I think that's a great way that you can go, ooh, that guy is huge. Please tell me that's not the one we've already destroyed. I would be very, very sad, but I think this is. I think we've already killed this one off. Did we? I don't see an Ender Dragon head. I'm getting very sad. We're back at... Oh, there's a head! There's a head. That appeared very... not closely. Okay, we're up here on the... Got another Elytra. We're good to go. Let's go and get you. Ah! Ah! Got it. We're good. It's fine. Everything's okay. It's okay. Let's get down here before we get shot by another one. There's some health potions back there, but I don't care. I just want this stuff. Ah! Laggy because frame... Okay, turn this down. There we go. Okay, I swear I can hit floating things in a blocky game. I don't suck at this, I promise. Oh, much better. Safety. Cool. Good stuff. All right, so post-building phase is where we want to talk about editing everything up. This is the big blabby episode of Whip. Got 16 iron right there. That's pretty good. We got another 7 diamonds, 2 emeralds, and all that. Ooh, there was mending on those boots. Let's go ahead and grab you, and we're going to go ahead and just do all of this stuff right here. Get all those guys. We can keep all this stuff, and that'll be good. We can do bam. Take this, throw the shulker box back in there, and we're good to go. Got it. Cool. Good stuff. Oh, I should have thrown this elytra in there. Let's go ahead and do that, too. We can just throw it in this thing itself. All right. Good news. We're done with that. I don't know how this video is going to turn out in the end. I hope you guys are getting something useful out of this. You guys will have to let me know if this is even worthwhile to listen to and talk about and things like that. I think I'm probably better off in these videos making something more that's, I don't know, useful. Not useful, but more planned, I guess you could say. But that's okay. I like these types of episodes. I feel like they help me learn a lot about how I should probably try and portray myself moving forwards. Let's see if we can't get this guy down. And you are gonna be dead. So dead. And we can go ahead. I'm thinking we work our way all the way down, because this city here is probably gonna be the last one that we raid. This thing is freaking massive, and I don't think we even have close enough time to finish this whole thing and finish our conversation. So we'll doing both at least. We're gonna finish the conversation. We're not leaving this half butted. No, I don't float up here. No, crap. I was trying to think of a funny way to say that, but without saying it. I don't know. It didn't work at all. All right, back to what we were talking about, though. So now we got this whole cool build ready to go. All the things are built up. We've got all this awesome stuff. And why can't I shoot you? You were definitely opened. Let's go and get you. Bam. Bam. I'm so glad I brought this bow. I almost thought about not bringing it. Ah, that is right in my face. Right in my face. back to the topic. I swear, guys, we're actually back to the topic now. So we've talked about everything. We've talked about editing it. We talked about doing all that stuff. And say your build is totally complete now. You got this super cool looking castle, and it's everything you could ever hope for. But it looks weird. It's sticking out like a sore thumb, just on the top of this weird Minecraft hill. You have this amazing thing built up, and this dude will open one of these days. He's going to open, and I'm going to shoot him right in the freaking face. Do they not do it when you're looking at him? Is that something? Okay, let's just ender pearl down there. I don't want to lose that. Woo! Where are you? Oh, you're right there. Hello. No, I was going to go get the shulker shell. I was going to go get it. Sorry, guys. I am all over the place right here. I'm trying to make sure that we actually get through everything and without spending too much time doing all this weird stuff. Got it. Next topic. We're going to be talking about staying on track. Man, I am such a hypocrite. Literally, none of this has been on track the entire time, and now I'm going to tell you guys how you should probably stay on track. So with builds, though, you want to go ahead and hold yourself accountable to getting through all of the different things you want to build. You want to make sure, like if you're building a castle, and you say, I want to build a barracks, I want to build some stables, I want to build a servant's quarter, I want to build a kitchen, a dining hall, a lord's manor, a throne room, and a library. You want to make sure that you have all those things written down somewhere where you're going to remember it, and that you're going to be like, you know what? We said we're going to do all these things. Let's make sure we hold ourselves accountable and finish up all those different things. Nobody leave any comments down below about how we didn't do the interiors on the castle. We're getting to them. It's all the plan. We're going to get to them eventually. I swear. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It really depends on how we're feeling in the day. Okay, let's go ahead and jump down here. There's going to be one in the top. Oh, yeah, there is. Yeah, got you, buddy. Got you. Okay, so staying on task. That's a good thing to talk about and for me to tell you guys about. But what the point here that's the most important is you want to stay on task as much as you want to continue with those goals. Say you want to finish up all these cool things and you're like, okay, we got to have all this, we got to have all that, we got to have all these different features. It's okay to get halfway through and be like, you know what? I don't think the build needs third stable that'll hold another 60 horses. I think it's okay just to have only 120 horses instead of 150 horses. It's like, that's totally okay to be able to like say that and work with that. And how are we floating and falling? Oh, hello. Now we're just falling. But all that stuff is something I feel like a lot of people like will get stuck in their head for. They'll be like, we said we're going to add all these different features to it. And so, you know, now we got to do it. We're stuck. This is our goal. It's okay to shrink your projects. It's okay to change your projects completely as you're working through them. You have the general idea, but you can change the style. You can change everything about it as you go. And that kind of plays into every other point we've basically talked about here. You can change as you go. It's okay to break the mold. It's okay to change away from what you were wanting to do originally if you think of something better and you think of something that'll help you kind of keep your project going the whole time. I think that's something really important to do. And I think it's something that'll really benefit in the long run for a lot of people. It's just being able to be like, you know what? I don't like this anymore. I think we should go ahead and do it this way. Can we get you? We're going to get them now. Oh, heck yeah. Those two shot each other and I think killed each other, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and get you in this corner over here. And yeah, we've been talking for a really long time though, guys. And that brings us to our last point. You got to finish the project. You got to finish whatever it is that you're trying to build, whatever it is that you think you're going to use and build for later on. You got to be able to finish the project. So I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to go ahead and finish raiding up this end city right here. I'm going to see how much loot I can possibly get in this area. And I'll come back with you guys and we can show it all off back at spawn. All right, guys, welcome back. So we're back. Got all this thing filled up. And we got plenty of stuff here. Look at this. We got so much stuff. We got 46 shulker shells, which means 23 more shulkers, which is great. We got a bunch of ender chests. We got a bunch of extra stuff in here. We got an extra elytra. We got another ender chest right there we can throw in. We got our dragon head. We're looking pretty solid. I'm really, really happy with the end result we had here. So thank you guys so much for joining me on today's episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed the weird, rambly chat here. If you guys did, let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought about that. I always do appreciate hearing back from you guys when we try something new. So please hit that like button if you did enjoy, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you on the flip side.